Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be installing a GGR Short Shifter kit and maybe changing the gearbox oil in our white Fiesta XR4. So first off, you're going to want to grab your 2.5mm Allen key so you can undo and screw that up when you put it on. And yeah, now we'll move on to the car with our tool and get into it. So now that we're underneath the car, you're going to want to pull off this cover here. Now we already pulled this off a few months ago to try and adjust the cables, the shifter cables. So now that that's undone, you're going to want to get your short shifter and slide it over where you just pulled the shifter cable out. Okay, so now that that's done, you're going to want to get your shifter cable and put it onto the short shifter. Now you want to get your little O-ring circlip thing and put it over so the short shifter can't fall out of where the stock shifter cable goes. And you want to do up your screw with the 2.5mm Allen key. Okay, so now that that's fully installed, we're going to go in the car and we're going to test it out. So now we're in the car. Sorry, there isn't much light in the car. We've only got the interior light and that's it, so it'll just have to do. But you put it in first gear, second gear, third, and so forth. But we had this in the silver one, and when we put it in first gear, we could actually fit a large Macca's drink in the cup holder. Especially coming into some of our guys, you've got to have these large drinks. So yeah, if you want to do a short shifter kit, now's the time to get them. So we've installed the GGR Short Shifter now, and I've had a think about it overnight, and we've decided to not change the gearbox oil in the white one. Probably drain it and put a magnet through the oil, because from what I know, the oil is actually pretty clean in it, and the last owner changed it a few years back and it hasn't been driven since. So gearbox oil is pretty clean, but it does jump out of second gear, so probably drain it and put a magnet through it and see if it's got any metal particles in it or something, to try and find out what's wrong with the spitting out of second gear problem with it and hopefully fix it. But other than that, in this video we're going to be working on the silver Fiesta, changing the gearbox oil on it. So now we've never changed the gearbox oil on our Fiesta, so this is going to be first for me, first for you maybe watching the video. If you're learning how to do it, I guess it's probably your first time doing it. And yeah, so we'll get into it now, and we're going to be using 75W85 nylon full synthetic smooth shift gearbox and differential oil, and there's all the specs there. 2.5 litres. I don't know how much we'll be using, but yeah, I'll tell you once we're finished. So we've just taken the silver Fiesta for a drive to warm up the gearbox oil, because I don't want to let it drain for hours. So what we're going to do first is we're going to jack the car up off the passenger side so we have enough room to get under to change the gearbox oil. So now that we've put the jack under and we've jacked it up and put the jacks down to make it safe, we're going to jump under the car and we're going to start pulling some stuff apart to drain the gearbox oil. So now that we're under the car, we're going to want to pull this cover off here. So now we're going to pull the shifter cables off, and that one there and that one there, and then we're going to take this black piece of plastic here off so we can get better access. So I can see 3 bolts, one there, one down there, one there, and what we're going to be using is an 8mm on a long extension on the ratchet. There might be more than 3 bolts, I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know when I get it out. So now we're ready to drain the oil. We've got our tub here, so we've got the drain there, if you can see it, and then the fuel is the black one above it, up there. So you always undo the fill first, because if you drain it and you can't fill it back up, well, you're a bit stuffed. So we've got a number 8 Allen key to undo the fill, and we had a 19mm socket on a ratchet to undo the drain. So now I'll drain it and I'll get back to you when it's finished. And also, I just remembered, I haven't told you yet, we've just taken out them 3 bolts that were in this plastic, and all we're going to do is that adjustment there. We can like sort of put it like that, if you can see, and it's just got enough room to drain without it going all over the plastic. So now we've dropped the jack to make the car level, just to get that bit more oil out of the gearbox, and then soon we're going to plug them back up and refill it. So get back to you when we're refilling it. So we're probably going to put the drain bolt back in, that one there. We're going to brake clean it first, and then chuck it back in and tighten it up, and then leave the top one undone, and then we're going to probably clean it first, and then look at the gearbox oil, and then yeah, we're going to get our gearbox oil and refill it. Okay, so we've moved the gearbox oil into this Penrite bottle, so we could use this attachment here. So we're going to put the end there into where you fill the gearbox oil up on the IB5 Plus gearboxes, and we're going to pump it until oil starts to drain out the top, and then you're going to do 5 more pumps and then close it, because you don't want to be under full, you want to be over full if anything. And especially with these gearboxes known to blow up, I'm not risking having no oil in there. So let's get into it. I'll show you after I'm finished. Okay guys, so that's a wrap to today's video. We've just taken the car for a drive, and gearbox is good, shifts smoother, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.